the news, strangely, I wonder why, that the TUC got wind that this draconian bill to prevent us, nurses, firefighters, police unfortunately can't strike, however, anybody whose rights are to strike.
Education is failing our children. This government has offered the same solutions for the last 12 years, and in my instance it hasn't made any difference. Unless we stand together in solidarity with teachers, support staff and education, I truly believe the broken system will fall into a place that it isn't worth the paper it is written on. We as parents owe it to our children. We need to stand together to ensure our children's education is worth fighting for. Fully funded pay increases for those who are in a profession fighting this government in all corners to enable them to create every future profession our children will walk in.
Thank you, Michelle. Is that working? Hello. Right, okay, so next we've got Sean. Sean, an experienced teacher, is going to have a talk to us. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you. As a putative health and safety officer for the Central Beds Committee coming up, I'm going to protest. So, yeah, I was just saying, as the teacher and health and safety officer of the Central Beds Committee, I'm going to protest about this here. There's no disability access to this. Yeah? Can you shout out, please, to the NHS and what's left of it, please, because I'll be waiting. By the time I get my knee replacement through the private route, I'm not me paying for it, but the taxpayer paying for it, I'll be about over a year. The reality is that all services in this country are screwed. It's as simple as that. My own feeling on the matter is that it's not by accident. The money is there, the money has been there, it's just going to the wrong places. And if we could please, I think really what's going to win this one, get my notes up like that, technical genius that I am, to the parents of our kids, and they are our kids, finally. To those parents who are doubtful about this, that sort of feel that we are spoiled rotten with our 6 weeks holidays or whatever it is, and you don't have to work for a living really, and you get a load of money. Would you please, a bit of education heading in that direction, please, A word to the media, if you are here, would you please be kind to teachers? For God's sakes, we are becoming an endangered species. If you want qualified people to teach your children, be kind to us, for goodness sakes, because there are a lot of options out there, other than just teaching. To the head teachers associations and the middle leaders associations, would you please, for God's sakes, get some splinters off your arse and vote for a strike? I am not despondent, I am not pessimistic by any means. As a matter of fact, struggles like this, you get through loops and bounds the whole damn thing. It was never going to be a short-run thing. What I'm going to get at is this. This would be over tomorrow if all schools in England were shut. It's as simple as that. The reason the government is stalling is because they can stall. Because they can't get this exam series over. Because we are decent, kind people. Please be kind to us. Thank you. There was one more thing I wanted to say. I'm used to that as a public speaker. Sorry, pardon me. My daughter will tell you I'm not very good with technology at all. I retire tomorrow from teaching after a very long, successful career. I'm not here for the money. I'll be blunt, I've always said this, I get paid a lot for what I do. There's no two ways about that. I loved this job when I came into it. I actually left a career out in another industry to come to this particular career over 23 years ago. I had the same attitude then as I have today. I think this is the best job in the world for a person like me. I love it. I really do. There are days when I leave that school I work in, as a tough one, when I actually pay. Please for God's sake, don't tell the government this. I would pay to actually do my job some days, yeah? But I have got bills. We have all got bills. We are all human beings. And I think an awful lot of what's happened in the last few years in education is that our goodwill has been manipulated. We have been emotionally blackmailed into a situation whereby we feel rotten. Would you please, everyone, well, everyone in a position of authority, or talk to these people, please, at your schools, the NSUWT, that needs good talking to, I think. Would you please all start encouraging them to actually start walking out and either join us or shut the hell up, one or the other, please. Do not tell me about well-being. Do not tell me about it, please, unless you actually come in and get my back. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. Do you know what Sean mentioned at the NHS there? Today, our colleagues, our brothers and sisters, mainly sisters, in the RCN have to defend their right to strike because the government are taking them to court. Rather than sitting down and negotiating a fair pay deal and fair fund for NHS, the government would rather take them to court. How do you feel about that, colleagues?
Okay, so next we have, okay, Sinead is a support staff worker, so she's going to talk to us.
I'm not standing up. So yes, I'm not a teacher, I'm a TA, and this strike is not going to get me better pay. But I want to speak to you about why, as a TA, I do support this strike. I'm a single mum, and I run my house on my TA wage. So losing a day's pay every strike day is a big deal. But I'm striking because I believe it's the right thing to do, and because I care about my colleagues and the young people that I support. You see, if we lose this pay campaign, the impact is far-ranging. It's not just the teachers who are going to lose out, it's every single person in our schools, and that includes our children and our young people. I think about the young people I support and how already the underfunding of our education system has such a huge impact on them. Many of my students can't access the curriculum on offer. Some can't cope with being in a mainstream setting, but they can't get a place at a special school because there's no money to fund more places. In schools across the country, children and young people can't get EHCPs because lack of funding makes it pretty much impossible to meet that criteria for extra support. And as for getting things like an EdPsych, speech and language therapy, or a whole range of other support services that our young people would benefit from, well, forget it. And that is just not good enough. Every day, like Leanne said, I go to work and I let these young people down. We sit in class and too often I can do little more than babysit, because no matter how much I try to break down the work, simplify the task, make tiny steps so that there's a chance of success, for many of my students, that's just not where their skills are. And it is so frustrating sitting there hour after hour knowing they are getting little or nothing from their time in school. And it's incredibly frustrating knowing that they are missing the opportunity to develop the skills and strengths that they do have. But we simply don't have the staff or the resources to offer them a more meaningful learning experience. Every single child and young person in education deserves the opportunity to develop their skills and strengths, to experience success, to leave their school with what they need to progress through life. How is it right that because of a lack of funding, we are setting up our most vulnerable young people for failure? It's simply not fair if we just accept the status quo, if we choose not to fight this campaign. We need to act for them. Our young people deserve so much more. They deserve an education system where their teachers and support staff are properly paid, they're not exhausted from having to work a second or even a third job, or from having to work multiple roles in school with too much to do and too little time. They deserve schools where there's sufficient funding to provide the level of support and the opportunities they need to achieve. They deserve to be valued. And if their education isn't valued, then neither is our future, because our young people are our future. And as TAs, we deserve so much more too. We deserve to work in schools that have the funding to provide the resources and support that we know our young people need. We deserve to be able to do the very best we can for our students. Our pay is terrible, but the satisfaction of knowing that we're providing the very best opportunities for our young people is absolutely priceless. And that's why I'm striking. I'm striking for our young people, for their future. I urge you all to stay strong and please continue your support for this campaign. Our young people need us to win. We are their advocates in class and we're their advocates on the picket line. We won't give up on them. Thank you.